Hello there and welcome to your Danish class. My name is Marie and I will be your teacher today. So you're welcome to take a seat and take out your pen and your papers. And we will just get started right away. So today we have a very exciting lesson. We will be learning some HV words, which we have a lot of here in Denmark. And the HV words is very similar to what you have in English. You have WH words. So it's the other way around in Denmark. So we will start with the first one, which is hvem. Hvem, which means who. So we will write it down. H V E M. Hvem means who. Hvem. And as you can probably already notice, the H here is silent. We do not pronounce the H at the beginning of the word. So it's just hvem, which means who. And let's move on to the next HV word. It is hvad, which means what. And we will write it down. H V A D. Hvad, which means what. So here are the words HVAD. Hvad means what in English. And when we've gone over all of the HV words, we will be writing some sentences with these words so that you can know the context of how and when to use these different words. So let's move on. The next word is hvor, which means where. Yeah, so questions, all questions here. Yeah, HVOR, hvor, means where. Yes. So HVOR, hvor, where. And next we have hvornår, which means when. So HVORNO, Danish letter R. Hvornår means when. And here it is. Hvornår, when. Yes, yes, yes. And next up is hvordan, hvordan, which means how, how. Yes. HVORDAN, hvordan, how. Hvordan, hvordan, how. Hvordan går det? How are you? Yeah, how are you? Hvordan går det? And this is actually not an WH word in English, but it is a HV word in Danish. And next is hvilken, hvilken, which means which. Which dress should I wear? Hvilken kjole skal jeg tage på? Yeah, we will write that down now. Just hvilken. 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 Which means which. Hvilken, 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 which, which, which. Yes. And the next one is very similar. It is hvilket, hvilket. Yes. And we will write it down. HVILKET. Hvilket, which also means which. Which. Yes. So you might be wondering when to use hvilken eller hvilket. And remember, in a previous lesson we learned in or it. And some nouns you put it in front of, and some nouns you put in front of. And there are not really any rules for when to use in or it. It is just something that you learn with learning the nouns. So for example, you can say en kjole, a dress. You will also say the one here that ends with an en. Hvilken kjole. Hvilken kjole. So if you can put in front of the word, you can also put hvilken in front of the word. And hvilket, if you can put it, et in front of the word, you can also put hvilket in front of the word. For example, et hus, a house. Hvilket hus, which house, which house. Hvilket, et, hvilket hus. Which house. So this is the easiest way to remember when to use hvilken or hvilket. Yes. last one is hvilke. Hvilke. Which also means which. Yes. A little bit complicated that 3 words means the same as 1 word in English. But here we go. Let's see. So, hvilke, you will say if there is more than 1 object. If it's a pair, for instance, a pair of shoes, you will say hvilke sko. Hvilke sko. Which shoes? Because there are 2 and not just 1. So it's hvilket hus, because it's 1. But if there are 2 houses, it is hvilke huse. Huse. Yes, because there are several houses. So huse is houses. Which houses are best? Or which dresses should I pack? Hvilke kjoler skal jeg pakke? Hvilke kjoler skal jeg pakke? In my suitcase. I min kuffert. For example. Yes. So now we will, that is all the HV words right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 of these words that are very useful and good to remember, because you have a lot of questions to ask, of course, when you visit a different country, like Denmark, for example. Oops. So let's take out a new piece of paper to write our sentences. Yes. So the first word was hvem. Hvem. So let's write a sentence with hvem. And what could we say? We could say hvem det? Hvem det? Which means who is that? Who is that? Yes. So let's write it. Yes. So hvem det means who is that? And moving on to the next sentence. And I will just clean my glasses a little bit before continuing. Yes. The next word is hvad, which means what. Yeah. So HVAD. Hvad klokken? Klokken. Which means what is the time? Question mark. Yeah. So, hvad, what, is the clock. You would say the clock. Klokken. Klokken actually actually directly translated means the clock. But in English you will probably say, what is the time? Yeah. And next is hvor, hvor. H-V-O-R. Hvor bor du? Hvor bor du? Which means, where do you live? Hvor, B-O-R, bor. D-U, du. Question mark. Yes. So, hvor, where, bor, live, do. So yes, we set the words up differently in Danish. So directly translated, this would sound like, where live you? But this is how we say it. Hvor bor du? And it's completely correct. Yeah. And the next sentence is hvornår, hvornår, which means when. H-V-O-R-N-O-R. Hvornår, hvornår. Hvornår går bussen? Hvornår går bussen? Which means, when does the bus leave or go? Hvornår går bussen? Question mark. Yes. So here it is. Hvornår går, goes, bussen, the bus. So directly translated, when goes the bus. But in English you would probably say, when does the bus leave? When does the bus leave? Yeah. But this is how we say it in Danish. Hvornår går bussen? And which is strange because gå actually means walk. I walk. Jeg går. Yeah. But that's what we say. Next is hvordan, hvordan, which means how. H-V-O-R-D-A-N. Hvordan. Hvordan går det? Hvordan går det? And that means, how are you? Do. Question mark. Ja. Hvordan går det? Hvordan går det? And directly translated, it sounds a little bit strange. It is how goes you? How goes you? But yeah, that is how we say it here. We say hvordan går. I wrote it wrong. Okay. Hvordan går det? Hvordan går det? Yeah, I hope you can read what I've written here. It is hvordan går det. D-E-T, det. How goes it? How goes it? Yeah, that's what we would say here in Denmark. Hvordan går det? I wouldn't say how. Hvordan går du? That would be silly. It would be how are you walking? How do you walk? Yeah, you can say that, but that would be strange because, yeah, it would be. So, yeah, sorry. We're having a bit of a heat flash here. I think that is what is making my head a little. Yeah, we'll continue. We'll do our very best. Okay. Next is hvilken. H-V-I-L-K-E-N. Hvilken. Oh, that means which. Okay, what can we write? Which color is that? Hvilken farve er det? Det, question mark. Yes. Hvilken farve, which color er det? Is that? Which color is that? Hvilken farve er det? Hvilken farve er det? Yeah. And then the very similar word, hvilket. Yeah, we will write that down. H-V-I-L-K-E-T. Hvilket. And with hvilket, we can write hvilket bord vil du have? Hvilket bord vil du have? Which table do you want? If going into a restaurant, for example. And nothing is taken. Hvilket bord. B-O-R-D, which means table. V-I-L, vil. Do you have? H-A, have. A long sentence, but there's just enough room. Yeah. Hvilket bord vil du have? Which table will you have? Is what we would directly translate it into, but it just means which table do you want to have? And the very last one is hvilke. And remember, that is where there are more than one object. For example, which shoes, hvilke sko. Yeah. So we can write H-V-I-L-K-E, hvilke. Sko, shoes, S-K-O, sko. Hvilke sko. Will. Do. have, på, on. Yes, the very last sentence here. So let's take a look. Hvilke sko vil du have på? Which shoes do you want to wear? Which shoes do you want to wear? Yeah, and we will translate it directly a little bit differently. It is, which shoes will you have on? Yes, so it kind of makes sense in English too, but it's not what you would normally say, I guess. Yes, so, and we just have enough space here left on the paper, so let's just go over to words that are quite confusing. Also for Danish people, a lot of people get this wrong, and I know I have a few times too in the past, but I finally figured this out, so let's go over it. The two words are Ligger og Lægger, which actually means two different things. So I will just write the two words down. First, Ligger, 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 and then Legger, Lægger. So the verb of this word is ligge without the R, and it means lay. Something is laying. Ligger is laying. And it is something that is laying still. For example, morfar ligger på sofaen. Han ligger på sofaen. Grandfather is laying on the couch, on the sofa. You would say ligger. Something laying still somewhere. Yes. And lægger with an A. This Danish letter, we've gone through this letter in previous videos. Lægger is something that is in motion. For example, jeg lægger mine nøgler her. Jeg lægger mine nøgler her. Lægger dem der. So I'm in motion, doing something. I'm going to lay my keys right, or put my keys. It's actually put in English, put. I will put my keys on the table. I am putting. So the verb of this word is lægge. Jeg vil lægge mine nøgler på bordet. I will put my keys on the table. But I am putting my keys on the table. Not my teeth, my keys. Yes. So, yeah. I hope you got that down and the explanation and everything, because it's easy to forget, even for Danes as well. So, lægger is putting. I am putting my keys, my hat, my whatever, on the counter, on the table, something I do in motion. Yes. So that is all I have for today. I really hope you enjoyed this lesson. I know that I did. You have been wonderful students, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again in the next lesson, which will be on Tuesday. So have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.